Hello, hi, it's Liz here. I'm back after having a little week off with house things, which is nearing a closing date, so that's excellent for everyone who's asked after how it's getting on. We're getting there. So anyway, today I thought we would go a little bit Easter. It's not an Easter bunny, it's an Easter hare. This is woodware, and it's called Decorative Hare. I've had it for a little while, but I think you can probably still get this. You get Happy Birthday, Some Bunny Loves You and Happy Easter, but we will just use the main image there of the hare. It's a nice one to colour in. Right, we'll just put that over there. I'm also going to use one of my favourite things to use as tag background is the paint charts. Yeah, I get huge use from these paint charts, and I thought we would use the yellows because it's Easter based, and yeah, so we will put them over there. I'm trying to find a spot for everything. Because I'm going to colour my hair with my water-based Zig Real Brush pens, I have to use my VersaFine because then the colour won't run when you stamp. That's the plan anyway, and I've managed to get ink on that already. Not to worry, there must be ink somewhere. See, I've already been having a play earlier before I put the camera on. So my fingers are already inky, but that's a good way to be, isn't it? Inky fingers. And I've got this little scrap piece of watercolour mixed media type card to stamp on. Although I'm not using water, I'm just going to colour the little bits in with my pens. I just still quite like to use the thicker mixed media watercolour card to stamp on for this sort of thing. So yeah, so there we are. Stamp-a-rooned, and yeah, we can just have fun colouring in. Now, I have already coloured one in and cut it out, but let's just do some leaves so that you can see just how easy it is just to grab your pens. If you don't have the water-based pens or pens like this, obviously any kind of pen, any kind of pencil, it's just colouring in. And let's do that big one there. And if you want to add a little bit of shading, we just pick out a slightly different shade of green and go round the edge like that, and then go back to our light colour and just smooch it round the edge, and that just adds a little bit of shading if you want to be fancy. Anyway, colouring in, you don't need to see that. Fussy cutting out, done. Let's just put the pens back in the basket there. Right, so we're going to use this as our base, and I'm just going to set my hair about there. Yeah, I'm all inky. So we want a little bit more decoration. So I think I'm going to go easy. I could have die cut some daisies or some flowers. I could have stamped some and cut them out, but I'm still trying to use up these flat flowers from many years ago, but they're still quite useful. I think when you're doing something quick and easy, just to layer them up. You're still getting a nice effect even although they're pre-made and you've not really made them. And I just thought maybe something like that might be quite nice. And we need something for the centre, so we've got a couple of little buttons. And again, many years ago, during my card making era, I have collections of buttons. Yeah, quite liking that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll cut our tag shape. I'm swithering whether to keep it nice and clean and simple and not ink around the edges, or whether to give it a little bit of modern vintage. I'm just not, I'm betwixt and between what to do with my edges. Do we want or do we not? I'm going to put a, or do we want to maybe stitch around the edge before we stick anything on? I've got some of this kind of, it's not raffia, but it's kind of like raffia, and I thought that might be quite nice instead of a bit of ribbon through my eyelet at the top. So we'll put that in instead of twine or ribbon. And but yes, I think maybe I'm going to stitch round the edge, and I think that'll finish the edge rather than ink it. We'll see how it looks after I've stitched round it. There, I've stitched round, and I think I will give it just a little bit of vintage photo, just because now that it's been stitched it might quite like a little bit of edging. Not much into the card, but just enough just to, there, I think. Yes, it just makes it, maybe the edges pop a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got our background good to go, we can think about that. Yeah. So I have a notebook page here, just to get my hair. I'm just going to use my glue stick and about there, I think. And I have managed, let's see if we can get that little bit of ink, because the paint chips are shiny, so we should be, yeah, should be able to get that off. There we are. Good. Okay, so let's think what we want to, yeah, let's stick down the flowers next. And that almost looks like a bobtail, doesn't it? A bunny tail, if I put it there. Hadn't really thought of that. There you go, fella or girl, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't want to cover his or her whiskers that I spent ages cutting out, so there we are. Right, now I'm going to use a little glue dot to put my buttons on, or you could use a glue gun or any strong glue, like maybe glossy accents, or you could even, if you were more patient than me, use a wee stitch with a wee bit of thread. Right, now I need an eyelet. And if I can just reach it over all the nonsense that's on the desk beside me, my crocodile. I have to say, I do see sometimes some mixed reviews on Facebook groups about this, and I resisted for a long time, but now it's a 3/16, so it's this side. But I have to say, it's the one thing that I have used so much. Now, there's a nice yellow. Would yellow go? Maybe a pink would be better. That's quite nice. I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to put the lid on that, because that would be a disaster if that fell over. So I've been watching Crufts. Have you been watching it? We love to watch the fly ball and see all the greyhounds racing to catch the ball and do the relay races. It's really fun. There we go. And yeah, so we watched that, and we watched the agility, and of course we've watched the oh, sorry for that noise. We watched the you know, the judging of the actual doggies. Right, now how are we going to do this? I want a few strands through, so let's try and do maybe 4, because it will be doubled over. Let's try that. I have no idea. I went into my box. I had in my head gingham ribbon, because I know I've got some nice gingham, and I thought, oh, that's quite Eastery, some gingham ribbon. But when I went into the box of ribbon, I saw this, and I thought, oh, that'll do. That might be quite nice. And we'll just tuck that through there, in the hope that it behaves. Because it's kind of papery. Yeah, and let's just give it a bit of a haircut at different lengths. Now, does it open up? I think it might. Oh, that's going to be, oh, a bit of a faff. Oh, maybe a faff worth doing. So yeah, so we've had lots of interest in our property, and on Tuesday it is going to a closing date. So here that means people who want to buy it have to put in a secret sealed bid, so that nobody knows, well apart from us, how much they're putting in, and there's a 12 noon deadline, and golly. And then they open all the emails and the bids, and we get to choose which one we want to sell to. So hopefully, right, I think that'll be enough of that nonsense. And yeah, so Tuesday's the big day, the next big thing for the house. Let's clear the decks and choose a nice page for the Easter hare to sit in. That might be quite nice there on that envelope. It's always difficult to choose a page, I think. Oh, maybe on there, cover up the shininess of that. You could share that pocket with that tag from last week. Okay, this could take a while. Right, where was that envelope? I think there could win it, but I don't think I want to stick it on. I think maybe I want to clip it on. Let me just reach for my paper clips. Oh, I spy right away a yellow one. Oh, and there's a pink. So let's see. After this video, it will take me about an hour to tidy up the other half of the desk. I'm laughing at myself trying to decide what colour of paper clip to use. Oh, I quite like that, because then the yellow matches the yellow on the other side, and it's actually slipped under there quite nicely. I think that'll do that. That's our Easter, the Easter parade. Oh, I bet that's on the telly. That's the Easter parade. Now, is it Frank? Not Frank. Is it Fred Astaire? Now, is it Fred and Ginger Easter parade? Or is it? Oh, I don't know. I'd need to Google that. Right, so that's us. A nice, easy, super easy tag for our journal to to record Easter this year. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.